with me.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to the Fireside Chat with the boys. And I will be your host tonight, running this mad show, this madhouse of a show. We are waiting for Colin to come back in there. Bob will tell you about that in just a second. I'll let him explain it, unless he pops in there quickly. But hey, we do have tonight an up-and-coming YouTube star. This young man, I got to meet him recently at VAMM21, and I told him I tried to get him on before, but he was not available. And look who's popping in here. But he is here now. So we'll go around the roundhouse here, guys, and let each one of you introduce yourself. Welcome back, Colin, from the great divide of the internet and the computer. So go ahead, Randy. We'll let you start off by introducing yourself and telling us what you ride.
Yeah, my name's Randy. My channel is Sinisterclutch, and I have a 2015 Street Glide Special.
All right. Bronco.
Hi. My computer seems to be working again.
It's working well.
Yes, this is what happens when you live in the country. 56K modem speed. I'm kidding, man. So my name is Colin. I'm glad to be back. I'm excited that we're back again on the Fireside Chat. I ride a 2017 Harley Davidson Street Glide Special, and now I can officially say I ride a 2021 Pan America Special as well. So yeah, both are in my garage. So I have two now.
Congrats.
Glad to be back.
Congrats, and your makeup looks good, even though you were a little late getting it put on. So
thank you.
We're
my
back.
hair.
We're back. How long's it been? Like 6 years since we did a live stream, Jack?
6 years. Yeah, the last one was 2019, I believe. December.
Wow. I was kind of out. I know that I had to get a beer before I came on, so at least I can remember that. So for those folks that don't know me, I'm Bodine52. I go by Bob. I ride a 2000 Road King Classic and a 2021 Black Fender Road Glide.
Well, I
guess
guess
a black fender.
I did. I like the Black Fender. It was classy.
It was cool, wasn't it?
Some people got.
I meant to tell you this. There was one night on the trip, like overnight, and I went out and I took a leak on it.
That's one of the things I did to you you don't know about, or is better than that. You know, the great thing about it is when you pull in somewhere, you don't say anything to anybody. You get off the bike and people are like, oh, that's a nice bike. But nobody has the guts to say, dude, what about the fender? What's the deal? Nobody.
Dude, it blends in actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess that explains, Colin, why he started covering his bike after the first night. I didn't know why he did it after the first night. But if you peed on his fender, I guess that's it.
I had to mark my territory.
Yeah, some people have a blacked out bike. Bob's has a blacked out fender. I think it's awesome.
For 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks. All right, guys, and I am Harley Day Rider, good old friend HDR, and I ride a 2018 Road Glide Ultra with no heated grips and no hill assist. Just throw that out there because Bob, you'll see that in Bob's videos because he wants to keep drilling it in and drilling it in. So, and Mrs. HDR said, you're not buying a new bike because Bob did. So I can't buy a new motorcycle right now. So
sure you can.
I did see one yesterday, Bob. It was the exact same color shirt. She wants me to buy that Venom green one if I buy any, but
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I don't know about green ones here. Anyway, like I said, we have Mr. Sinisterclutch on here, Randy, and we got some really, really good questions for our panel. They do not know these questions.
Damn you.
I know. And I wrote these up this afternoon. I was just sitting and going, they can't answer this. So hopefully they'll be honest. They didn't get to see these then. Randy, you'll get 3. Everybody else, we get 2, and then we got rapid fire. So, Randy, we're going to start with you as our guest. We always like to ask our guests, why did you start a YouTube channel, and can you give us some future ideas for your channel? What you're planning on doing with it?
Yeah, so I did some filming before, but it was just something to show to friends and family. And then this past year, I just decided, I was watching so many people like Adam Sandoval and Chatry Surgeon, Harley Day Rider, the Godfather. And I decided to pick up a GoPro, and I figured I travel a lot and might as well just film some more of it. And that's what got me into it. Future ideas. I'm sure you guys are aware of the world record poker run. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm going to be filming some of that. And,
Wow.
And then I'm going to go out to the Ozarks in September. I'm going to go to Bike Fest in Missouri. And then I'm going to go to Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. So I'll be filming some of that as well. So basically to get film more stuff that I've done a lot of stuff, but I've never really filmed it. So like last year I went out to the Ozarks, and I've been out there before, but I never really filmed it. So trying to do some of these things like rallies and stuff and just film stuff that I just never filmed before, since I'm already doing motovlog and stuff. So
That's one area I'd love to ride. Is Ozarks.
oh, it's gorgeous, man. I
Not yet done. So one day I hope to ride those.
My wife actually talked about reaching out on our recent vacation on our trip. And it was just a little too far west from where we were. So we decided not to go that far. So
yeah, I can make it in a day. It's probably around 630 miles for me, so it's not bad.
that sounds reachable.
Yeah.
So for the people that are clueless, like Blacktop Devil is asking, what's the world record poker run? Which I know obviously he knows what it is. So I mean, I think everybody that don't know, so you give a quick synopsis of it.
Yeah, so it is going to start in Port Charlotte, Florida, and end in Sturgis, South Dakota. It will be covering 12 states. It's to break a record, 3,200 miles. So obviously it's a poker run, so there'll be stops where we'll draw cards, but along the way we'll be stopping and kind of have a moto meetups, kind of like VAMM in certain areas, like Eureka Springs is one. So there's different areas where you can meet people, come down. You don't have to be part of the ride, you can join halfway. I know a lot of people are going to be doing that. I know, for example, the first stop is in Columbus, Georgia at John Maxwell's, and I know people like Blue, Black, and Doyle is going to be there. I'm sure other people are going to be there. So it's kind of it's a world record poker run, but it's also an opportunity to meet other motovloggers and just other people just watching your videos. So,
are you doing the whole thing?
The whole thing, yeah.
Right on.
Wow.
We met the Badgers at VAMM. Great people. So you have a blast, man. Durango is going to be fun. I'm looking to live in Durango, so I like where you guys are going to hang out that night. It's going to be a blast.
I'm looking forward to the $1 Million Highway, so that's going to be awesome. Let's mark that off the bucket list.
That's where I hear the $1 Million Bogey. Million, is that his name?
Bogan.
$1 Million Bogan. That's where he hangs out at, the $1 Million Highway. I heard that yesterday. Somebody called me up and told me. I don't know why, but anyway.
Isn't that Chattanooga Harley? Is that where he's at, or is that?
You know what? Chattanooga Harley was a big farce because I found it. We rode the Chattanooga Harley Davidson, and I'm looking on my thing. And it's like, I said, "Hun, there's no Chattanooga Harley Davidson." She goes, "Well," I said, "She's in Chattanooga, but they renamed it. They sold it and renamed it White Lightning Harley."
You
Davidson.
Realize why Bob, right?
Jack, we love you, brother, so we got to help you. All the conversation yesterday, it's not Chattanooga, it's Chattahoochee Harley Davidson.
Where was that at?
It was in the chat
about.
like 50 times.
Oh, you mean no? That's not where John Maxwell worked, was it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Chattahoochee.
Yeah, Chattahoochee.
Well, he should have got a job at Chattanooga. No wonder the man moved his shop to Georgia. He was already in Georgia. So anyway, if anybody's looking, there is no Chattanooga Harley Davidson. So I'm just saying.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, thanks. Now you know.
We tried to help.
Yeah, you guys ditched us on the trip. And you're like, yeah, we're going home. We're like, you could have helped me on that. You could have been like, hey, Jack, no, turn left. But
we were in Chattahoochee. That's why we didn't see you.
Chattahoochee. Oh, okay. Thanks. Thanks for making me feel inferior. I got to go now. Bye.
That's what we're here for.
We're trying to help you.
All right. Anyway, let's go to the next question then. All right. So, and I know, Randy, you travel also a lot. And I know these guys, I was just with them for a week. They have tons of video.
Yeah.
I was talking to Bob about this today. So you come home from a long trip, you have a ton of videos from your vacation. What is your process for sorting through and using all of this crazy hours and hours of video footage?
So I just organize everything. I look at my videos and see, obviously I'll have like, gosh, I might have like 50 clips. So I go through and organize what's what. Okay. If I rode Tell the Dragon this day, I make a folder for that, or make a folder for the Foothills Parkway or Blue Ridge Parkway or whatever I do, and just kind of sort it out that way and just kind of go through each clip and try to figure out what's best, get rid of some of the fluff and try to make it look as appealing as possible.
Okay. Colin, what do you do?
I do it by, I do it by day. So like if I have, sorry, my dogs are barking in the background, but I figured on this last trip, I'll get 4 videos out of it, and I've put 2 up already, and then I've got 2 more to put up. So I just do it by day and then kind of theme it that way and put it all together, edit it out. And I still have to edit the 1 more video. So I got 3rd one done. So, but yeah, it's a lot. I mean, like you, Jack, where you have, what did you do? 18 days or 15 days?
13. Yeah, 13.
So, I was close. So yeah, you're going to have a lot of videos, but kind of like what you guys said. I mean, I just throw it all in by day and it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Bob?
Yeah, I do the same thing. I think first a little bit different, Jack. I think you're doing one for each day. That's a great place for Colin to freeze, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm texting.
Look right there. Isn't that great? There, you're back, dude. I do them by day as well, but I make them 1, 2, or 3. Right? I decided to do 3 over the 7 days, so it makes it a little easier for me. But I just do them by day. And Jack, I think you knew every night I dumped my Senna and dumped my GoPro into my computer. Obviously, didn't edit on vacation. So I had a clean look every day, and then I just do what I normally do with them. So all 3 of mine are out. So make sure you follow Bronco Ride and Harley Day Rider for the behind-the-scenes stuff that I missed.
It's cool seeing different vantage from different videos too.
Yeah, it is. It is. But
right?
I was doing the same thing Bob was doing. I mean, I'm usually an early riser, so I'd get up at the cabin at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, pull all my videos over into a folder by day, so I knew which day it was. And then as we started moving around to different states, I mean, we covered 9 different states. So I would start building the folder by the day and what state we were in. So that kind of helps. But we also had 3 product placements we had to do on the trip, myself and Mrs. HDR. So I also have those 3 product placements built inside those folders. So we have a good bit to go through. But I was getting video anxiety today, guys. And I've been doing this a long, long time. I've never had this much video backed up sitting in folders waiting to go. I mean, I just have so much video. So
we'll stop making excuses and get to work.
Get at it, man. I took the next 2 weeks off to watch your videos every day.
All right, I got to go. I'll be back. I have to go to Chattahoochee or somewhere. I got to go somewhere.
Chattahoochee.
That's where the hoochie mamas live.
Do you take a laptop with you on all your trips? See,
I do. I always take a laptop.
We do, yeah.
That's probably why you do it by day then. Okay, so I don't.
Yeah.
I wish there was a way. There's got to be some sort of device where you could just dump it onto a drive, and I wouldn't bring my laptop. I just don't know what that is.
There is an external hard drive. Sean Smoke bought one once. So you plug your SD cards in, and you hit transfer, and it goes to the hard drive. Here's the issue with that is you can't see it.
Right.
So you don't know it's there. You're just taking that chance. You format that card, what's going to happen? So be very careful. But what's that?
Go ahead.
This is the first year. This is our 5th year of motorcycle vacation. This is the first year I didn't edit and upload every night of the trip. I wanted to experience a vacation where I can enjoy myself and my wife can enjoy each other and our time together without having that process. So this is the first year, but I always carry a laptop.
Bob, you brought a laptop, but you just watch porn the whole time.
Why are you judging me again? You know, I'm sensitive.
I know he was funny that one night.
Days.
He was funny that one night because the cabin had very spotty Wi-Fi, and I'm like, Bob,
It had zero Wi-Fi.
Bob's like, bring me another Diet Coke. I'm like, where are you? He was up on the peak of the roof so you can watch his like midget porn. It was something else.
I'd like to apologize for my two friends, folks, that are in the chat. That is not true. They were just sore because I was the only one that had internet service and they didn't. So, ha!
PC Max said, HDR, is your wife still alive? She's very much alive. She's alive and kicking, and she's very happy. I just caught that in the chat.
Hey, Bob, who do we have in the chat tonight?
Yeah, who's in the chat?
We have Ty from 1,000 subscribers, Tennessee.
Yay, Ty!
Woo! Blacktop Devil, Bolt Bucket, Pete 1800, Windroad Therapy. I was so happy yesterday, Jack, when somebody called Windroad Therapy WRT, so I didn't have to type that out all the time. So I was real happy that she's here.
Cool.
PMAC, Harley Moonrider, Paul Beardsley, just to name a few. Motor Ramblings is here, so good group.
It's a really good group. All right. So, Randy, back to you. I know that you were recently at VAMM21.
Yep.
I don't know if this was your first meetup. By talking to you earlier, I don't think it might not have been. And how far do you think you would travel for meetups? Apparently, you're going to travel pretty far. So, go ahead.
My first Motovlog meetup was in Missouri. I met Dan, Ozark HD Riders, and I met Mike with riding in the Ozarks. That was my first time, and that was all the way out in Missouri. And then after that, I met Rolling Stone. He's in Tennessee. I met him, and then this is probably, well, by far, and I'm sure it's the same with you guys as well, as this is a lot of people I've ever met at one time. So as far as how far will I go? Well, I've traveled pretty far. So I'd say if I'm there and I know that someone's there, I'll probably reach out to them on Instagram and say, hey, you want to go for a ride? Maybe they know roads I don't know, which they typically do. But I don't know. If I go to Canada, which that was on my bucket list, but prior to 2020, but that didn't happen, I would have reached out to people like the Military Biker or Diesel Hog Vlogs or something like that, and you know, sparked up a meetup and to go for a ride. So
yeah, I was supposed to meet somebody that I watch all the time on this trip, and it was actually, we were heading towards New Orleans, and we looked, and they were going to have 3 or 4 days of storms. So who wants to drive to somewhere where it's going to be storms and just sit in the hotel or ride the bike around in a lightning storm? So we went north. So that's one thing. When you go on vacation, you have no destination. It's kind of fun.
It is. Yeah,
right?
It is.
You can't really be let down because you weren't really planning on being anywhere.
Right.
So, all right, gentlemen, I recently added beads to my seat from beadrider.com. And I know that Colin bought these beads, and I couldn't fit all this question in there.
Oh, the anal beads. Good.
Yeah, and I know Bob is totally against these beads because he's got some kind of sexual passion with this stuff. And he's like, that's kind of like our sex room. And so he didn't want that on his bike. But can you guys give me some thoughts about adding comfort to your seat? Or have you ever added anything? It could be pad gels, or some people put sheep skins on their seats. Or go ahead, Randy.
Well, I just bought a new seat, so I have a Saddleman Road sofa. Would I ever add anything to it? Yeah, maybe if I had to, depending on the ride. Obviously, if you're out there doing over 1,000 miles, it doesn't matter what you ride, you're going to get a little numb sooner or later.
Sure.
I'd be okay with it. I don't know about the beads. I've never tried those before, but I remember seeing them in one of your videos. I was kind of interested in that. Like, okay, what's that?
Don't do it, man. Don't do it.
Do it, dude.
Don't do it.
You're getting a massage or what?
Hey, Randy, this is the kids' channel. Now keep it down. Just don't follow suit with Bob and Colin. They talk a little bit of smack on this channel, so be careful.
You know, it's funny, guys. I mean, like on all our videos, I mean, we're pretty, let's just put it this way, we're pretty family friendly. But I was telling Bob and Jack, I have never, when we go through some of our videos that I was going through, like the raw footage, I'd have to bleep out every other word. We swore like freaking crazy. We're like, F this. I'm like beep, 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 and I'm like, this is gonna be fun to edit.
Are you still sore about the time we pulled in the dealer and I lost my crap on that one guy when you were making great video?
No, dude. I mean, that's not on that. It's actually that part of that's on my last channel. I had to delete it because you came in and some guy almost backed into you, and Bob's like, F, mother, effer, F, or so. And I'm like, well, honey,
that was actually his wife on comms, and I was like, oh my.
He probably
Don was dropping that right and left. I'm like the whole trip. So to answer your question, and you know, I mean, I have like triple protection. I think you guys know this because of my back issues. So I have the beads now. I have a gel pad, and I have padded underwear, and I have the Mustang seat. So all of those added up together gives me my butt lots of comfort. So yeah, I'm good.
You guys are whacked out weirdos, all of you that have beads. Now, first of all, Jack, didn't you say that your bride said that they didn't make that much difference, first of all? So when I first watched HDR's video on this, I was in my office watching it, and I saw it, and I decided to go downstairs, and I'm like, there's no way that I'm going to put beads on my – it's just not going to happen, right? So I put it up in the TV in the family room, and Mrs. Bodine walks in, and her first comment was, whose anal beads are those? So – we're all on the same page. No beads for this guy. Stop talking about it, Andy, please, because I'm not wearing them. Not doing it, dude. Not doing it. Diaper, beads. What the hell is next? Not happening.
Hey, you went the diaper route, man. And that worked for you, but the beads not so much for you. That worked for us.
I think what would go next with that. No, never mind. I'm not going to talk about that. But I was looking for it here because I can't seem to find it. I don't know. Just go over. You're gonna have to go back to Harley Day Rider's channel and maybe watch it, the one I did on the beads. But and to my defense is Mrs. HDR said along the way after we left you guys, she goes, you know what? My underwear have never been this dry in my life, and I'm like, wow, that's a weird statement, hon. I mean, that's a woman, She goes, no, from sweat, like I'm not sticking to the seat and all funky. She said, like how Bob's pants always look wet, and I said, yeah, I noticed that on the trip. How he always looks kind of damp down there. So
we're all friends checking each other out. I didn't know that, but
you know what also it helped with is honestly to the point of the beads is we went into a restaurant one night to eat. It poured down rain. We came out. I didn't tell you guys this. So there's a guy in the pickup truck sitting next to the bike. He goes, man, that's a sweet looking ride. We talked about it. He said he rides. He has a sweet looking Street Glide Special, which are amazing motorcycles. If you don't have one, check it out. I think you need to buy one.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so he said, looks like your seat might be a little wet there. He hands me a shirt, like a T-shirt that he had in his truck. He's like, here, wipe it off with this. I hand it back to him all soft and wet. But the beads kept the water away from the butt. So they are worth it. Hi, welcome back.
How did we get here?
Mrs. HR just looked in. She goes, the beads are wonderful, Bob. Buy a set today.
Never happened.
So never happened. Okay.
Never happened.
All right. So much for that. Let's move on. Randy, I see from your videos you enjoy traveling on the bike. What has been your most enjoyable trip?
Probably my 1K in a day.
You did an iron butt?
Yeah. From Kentucky to South Dakota, Oklahoma, South Dakota, right there across the river. You go across the Missouri River there. You have the statue of the lady on the left. So I was on the other side of that. So I did that. That was 1,034 miles in 16 and a half hours. And I did it with a buddy of mine, my brother, and we just had a hell of a time. He actually talked me into it. It wasn't really me wanting to do it. But I'm glad he did. And it was just a hell of an experience. And I think he's on right now, so I'm going to give him a hard time. One of the things that happened while we were gone is he lost a bunch of his stuff, like his sleeping bag. We're going to tent camp. So he lost his tent, his sleeping bag. And it's just stuff like that you just laugh at and something you get to experience. So I could definitely say that's one to remember.
Let me give you my take on this. First, I have a deep respect for people that can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know, like you do the iron and the iron butt. That's awesome. And I know Wit just did the iron butt times 20 on hers on the Pan Am across 48 states in 10 days. That's awesome. I have no desire to do it. I have no desire. I think I rode 700 miles in one day, and I felt it. So I don't know about you guys, but it's like I have no desire to do that 1,000 miles. A lot of people do, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I respect you because that's it's actually pretty hard to do. But mine is the reason because I have the back. I don't know about you two.
Yeah, I can understand. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody who doesn't do it, and I get why people don't. If I couldn't do it, I wouldn't do it either. It's just one of those things. I honestly, before I went out, I thought, what if I get halfway and I'm just like, my back's killing me? I'm just going to stop and go get a hotel room or something. And that's my thought. It's an attempt to do it, and I actually ended up doing it, and it went well because there's so many things that goes through your mind. Are you going to break down, or is there going to be issues and stuff like that? But
I mean, more power to you, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
That you did it. I mean, I wish I could. I don't know if I'd be able to handle it, to be honest with you. So, but good for you. That's
Hey,
huge.
Colin, have you named that bike yet? Are you gonna do some sort of?
I do
review
have a
on
name
it?
on the bike, but I'm not going to release it until when I do a video on it, which will be in about a week.
All right, can't wait for that.
I have named my bike, yes.
Nice,
Next to Alexa, my other one.
dude. You do that just to fire up my Alexa in my office.
I know. I named it Alexa. Let's see. Does it?
Alexa, play 80s country. Anyway, I wanted to throw that out there too. Like you were talking about that iron butt challenge, and I know Andy's going to be doing one. He's been trying to get me road glide, and Andy's been trying to get me to go, and I'm too old for that. I mean, it's hard to take a nap halfway through when you're riding. You know, it's pretty dangerous going down the highway sleeping.
yeah.
So I didn't feel that was going to be good for me. Even the 500-mile challenge I did was challenging. You know, and I did that 9.5 hours. So, but you know, yeah. So, and I even took an overnight bag just in case I didn't want to go anymore. But so anyway, but yeah, my hat's off to everybody that can do it. I got to find the questions again. I've been reading the comments; they're pretty good. Let me see.
You remember how to highlight them?
Comments?
Rapid fire.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. Figured you were still stuck on Chattanooga.
Sitting in a. Shut up, man. You know. Did you ever hear that song, guys? I used to love you, but I had to kill her and put her in my backyard. Did you ever hear
No,
that?
I don't recall that one.
I've never heard that one before at all, Jack.
You never heard that?
Yep.
I am lazy to do the paperwork. P18, you're right. There's a lot of paperwork. What's Ty talking about? The AGTR you just set off my Alexa.
Alexa.
Yep. All right, let's go back to the questions. We're in the rapid fire. Yeah, we're on rapid fire. So if you want to talk anymore a little bit, like, let me think here. Alexa, play classical music.
It doesn't work, dude. I tried telling you. I was
Alexa,
like,
turn
Alexa, turn on. It doesn't work.
Oh my God. Alexa, turn off.
Alexa, play Harley Day Rider.
She's playing it now. Alexa, turn off. Jeez.
Isn't Alexa like talking to like a barking dog? Like the dog can't understand you. Like my cat, like
shut up either.
my
Alexa,
cat keeps
turn
me
off.
on. It's like shut up, and it won't stop.
Did it stop, Bob?
Finally.
Alexa, tell me a joke.
Oh my God. Spend a week with two guys and see what happens.
Shenanigans.
Before you get into rapid fire, guys, and I know a lot of you guys know we went on the trip. And, you know, I've told Bob and Jack this, and I know they probably agree with the same sentiment. Take me off full screen. 5, 4. We had an absolute blast, you know, not just because of the area, but like I enjoyed it so much because we rode with some great friends. And, you know, even at VAMM21, we met some great people, but like when you got some people that you can totally ride with and you get, and that you've been friends with and have similar riding styles, I mean, we rode, I'd say, I mean, what do you think, guys? I mean, even though I think we were there, 5-6 days, and there was a day we took off and we spent the whole day on the water, which was outstanding. We spent a day of recuperating, let's put it that way, one day. And then I think we had like 4 days of riding, but we just had such a blast. And because of the friendships, and, you know, Ty from Tennessee came up for a day, and that was awesome to see him. So if you guys get a chance to like do that, even like hang out with some good friends and do some quality riding in Tennessee, it's so worth it. I mean, I had a blast. By far, that was my best trip.
Yeah. You know what's cool, Colin, just in addition to that, you know, we always kind of joke about we'll put anything on video, but the three of us were pretty respectful. There was a lot of stuff that would that would change our sub count to like 2 people real quick. And we just kept the personal stuff and tried to focus on the women, beer, and motorcycle riding, and it was pretty cool.
You know, and you haven't seen, and I haven't released all my content yet, so I hope that holds up for the next 13 videos.
And Jack, you know, you started your friendship with Road Glide Andy, right? He's now talked about me getting beads 35 times in the chat. Can you please fix that for me, please?
He's very opinionated.
No,
he's trying to get a place on this show. He's not winning any brownie points tonight. So he even brought me gifts. He's like, I'll bring you gifts if you put me on the show.
Wow.
I like what he wrote. Alexa, order Bob some seat beads.
Y'all are whacked out.
Oh, man.
But I'm not judging.
You can't judge.
Still love you.
Remember, guys, ride your own ride.
Exactly.
Whatever makes you happy.
Be safe and don't put beads on.
And don't put
Be well.
Be well.
All right, Jack, rapid fire time, buddy.
All right, how many cameras do you run on your bike and your locations of the mounting?
45.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Randy.
2. I got one on my helmet and one on my handlebars.
Okay. Colin, I've seen some different angles from you.
I have 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Placements, one on the handlebar, one on the crash bar.
I switch it up. I always have the one staring at my ugly ass mug, and then I have the one facing outside. That's the GoPro 9, and then I use the GoPro 7 facing me. And then I have one, sometimes I'll put on the bars, on the crash bars, either right or left, that you can flip around, and you can get a front angle, you can get a back angle. And those are the 3 I use. And I use the Sina 10C. I never use that for video. I know HDR sometimes you do.
Yeah, most of the time.
But I never use the Sina 10C for video. I only use it for audio.
For the audio.
There is a backup in case one of the 3 cameras fails, but that usually doesn't happen. But yeah, that's my setup. Yeah. I don't have that 360 though. I know a lot of people have that. That 360 camera? What's it called?
I hear from those people that the video is very hard to work with.
Yes, it's tough to edit from what I've been told.
Yeah, you have to put it through the software.
Looking,
right, you have to put it through the software first for that camera, and then pull it as an MP4. And they say it's rather large, and I'm sure it is, but it looks awesome. I mean, Bob, what do you got?
I'm like you, Colin. I use a GoPro for video on my chin. I use the center for audio and then backup video. And then I have another one that I will occasionally put on at the front of the bike, down by the wheel, or behind, one of the two. So occasionally I'll do it facing at me, but normally I'll do a low road shot.
Yeah, and everybody mostly knows I run basically the 2. I run the GoPro on the handlebars and the Senna, because I wear a 3/4 helmet. So it would be kind of weird to put the GoPro on my shield. Now, in the wintertime with a full face helmet, I do wear a GoPro on the chin. Somebody stopped me once and they say, "Excuse me, sir." And I said, "Yes." They said, "Are you a cyborg?" I'm like, "A cyborg?" If you look it up, that's kind of what we look like when we ride around with all this crap on our head.
Yeah.
Especially the people with the big unicorn thing on the top of your helmet.
Yeah. Like a Teletubby.
That's just silly. Yeah, you're a big old Teletubby. So remember that when you're recording, saying, "I'm doing a YouTube video, Teletubby."
A couple people in here put, I think, a Blacktop. You said, "I don't like the look of the 360." Harley 103 said, "I find 360 hard to watch."
I don't either.
Interesting about the 360 was bolt bucket. I don't. It looks okay.
I think it looks different.
Mhm.
It seems like a pain in the ass to edit, and that would be me. I want to make it simplified and workflow very simple, not spend 8 hours editing.
I think what people do is though, look how many. Just since I started doing this when I started doing this in 2015, there was very few people motovlogging. Now there's about 575,000 people motovlogging, right? So you have to look for that unique look, something that's going to work for you that's different, that sets you apart from everybody else. And if you can find that, I think you're going to draw a lot of attention to yourself.
I'm going to do a crotch cam.
Crotch cam would be good. I mean, you did that video. If you haven't watched Bronco's video, go watch it. The one where he's checking me for hemorrhoids. That is good video.
I haven't released that one yet.
That is awesome. So that's coming out.
That's coming out soon.
I got to pre-watch it, and I was like, yes, you have to put this in. It was really
talked
good.
about your hemorrhoids.
Colin, if you get one of those, you're going to have a massive zoom lens, I'm sure.
That's why you have those beads.
Randy made it funny.
Hey, Randy, wait. I invited you here, buddy. I invited you. What are you doing?
It's open. It's open chat, right? It's open mic night.
It is. It's open mic night. It's open mic night. Okay. Where did you even? Why do you go pee right in the middle of my video? Look,
he's younger than us too, dude.
I know he's younger. He should have a strong bladder.
He's probably winding up the internet so he can get through the rest of the show.
Winding up the internet. Please deposit another 25 cents for another half hour of internet. There he is. Hey, I told Mary you do that. You don't cuss on your channel, but I noticed you flipped off a lot of drivers on the road. I think that's great.
Because they pissed me off.
You flipped off the clouds in one of your recent videos too, dude. Which
oh yeah, that was really good too.
Funny and
pissed me off.
All right, guys, you're going on a long trip. What is the most important concern?
Wow, this can be more than one thing, but
most number one.
Am I going to break down? That's kind of a concern. I mean, I don't worry about my bike. I keep up with the maintenance and everything, but it's always in the back of your head, to deal with that situation.
Oh, sure.
Well, like you did a video about Mr. McStash, right?
Yep.
And he had a situation, and he couldn't get help with some dealerships. He did get help, but not from some dealerships, and seeing that concerns me.
That is concerning.
That's why I bring it up.
And I have to do a recap to that video, and that'll be coming up very soon. So, because there's been a lot of good information that came to me on that video.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I'm going to put this back on Bob and Jack because let's see how much you know me. What do you think my number one concern is on a long trip?
Food.
So I'm putting it in the chat here.
Food.
I just put, where am I eating next? So I'm proud of you guys for knowing me. No, food is important to me. That is actually my number one priority because the bikes are going to be fine. I'm still going to obviously be diligent and all this stuff and making sure that I'm safe. But food is very important to me.
Yeah, because I made Colin for breakfast. I made him a 3-egg omelet. He got done. He came to me and said, "Where in the hell was the other 9 eggs?" I was like, "Well, I had to feed everybody."
Colin eats more than any human, the skinniest guy you'll ever meet. I'm just telling you.
And he doesn't gain any weight.
Not 1 pound.
Yeah, it's disturbing. You know what, Jack? For me, because I had somebody back into the bike, I was mostly concerned about the bike on this trip. I would say that's probably the biggest thing. And then I try to take a look at weather too. But mostly on this trip, it was definitely the bike, which did great.
Yeah, and mine, the most important part of this particular, if I'm by myself, it's one thing, but with Mrs. HDR, honestly, my most important part is her comfort. Keeping her comfortable and keeping her happy. I can lay down a lot of miles and she never even knows it happens.
Is she watching? Why are you sucking up?
No, she's not actually. She just got home, and I think she just got chained to the laundry downstairs.
Jack has 100% male subscribers, just FYI.
Yeah, I know. I know. Hey, I raised all daughters. Well, I have one son, and I have four. Wait, 4? 3 daughters. I'm sorry. So,
but I can tell you for the women that are still here tonight, Mrs. HDR puts Jack in his place. Just tell him.
It's great.
Oh, she'll go, shut up, HDR, or she'll clean him up. So don't think he's
no, she says, what does she say? I told you what she says all the time. What did she say?
Shut up, Jack.
No, don't talk stupid.
Yeah, quit being stupid. I think.
Don't talk stupid. All right, your bike is packed up tight. You can only fit one more item on it. What's it going to be? Your tennis shoes or your rain suit?
Rain suit, absolutely.
All right,
100%.
good. Colin.
Rain suit by far.
Okay.
200 miles in the pouring down rain to start our trip to see you guys. It's the rain suit every time.
So, see, you didn't even have to pack it because you had it on. See, but
as a matter of fact, the next day on the ride back, it was sunny and 90, and my wife was wearing a rain suit. So, just saying.
Isn't that the way to make? That's the best way to make the rain quit. Put your rain suit on.
We got lucky on our trip for the most part, though. I mean,
we did.
The trip back, I had a lot of rain, but like the days we were there, we just had like some clouds and little sprinkles on one day, but other than that, it was perfect.
We were very
until the day we got back to the house and it downpoured. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we got in the house 5 minutes before the downpour because I timed that.
Our wives would have killed us.
And if you watch my video, day number 4, and it comes out, you'll see how that timed out. I got all that.
Damn, he's good.
I'm planning. Anyway, let's go. What was it? Oh yeah, mine's also rain suit. That made that too easy. All right, you're riding on a highway and a storm comes out of nowhere. You're completely drenched. You're wet. You're soaked. What would you do, Randy?
I'll pull over if I can't. If it's bad enough and it's to the point where it's kind of hard to see, I'll just pull over.
No, you can still see, but you're already wet. You're like, damn, I'm drenched. You're gonna stop, pull over, and stop.
Nah, probably if I'm already drenched, I'll just try to see if I can run through it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're already wet. What's it matter at that point?
Good point, Colin. What do you think you would do?
I do the redneck air dry. You know, where you stick your legs out. You know what I'm talking about. And you stick your legs out, and then all the air comes up, and that dries out my pants pretty. I'd stay on definitely, but that's the best way to just air out and try to dry out.
I heard about your feet sticking out on your highway pegs. The girls were chatting, and I heard what your wife thought about that.
Well, it's because I ride too close to the left center line, and she thinks somebody's going to take it out, but I'm not that close. I mean,
so she thinks your foot's going to get ripped off.
She thinks my foot's going to get ripped off. Yeah.
Thanks for that visual, Colin, on the whole. By the way, I rode like that today with my foot up on the pegs, and I'm like, I'm a dude. This hurts. How can you do that, man?
It's easy.
You are. You know what, Jack? I would tell you that on the way home, we stopped to get gas after 100 miles, and God, it looks good. We got back on the bike. 10 miles later, it rained so hard I couldn't see. So we actually pulled over, got off the highway because there was an accident, and stood under a tree. And Mrs. Bodine looked at me and said, if you turn a camera on, I'm going to kill you.
Did you turn it on?
No, because it was raining that bad that I'd ruined all the gear. So we actually trailed back a couple miles because the interstate was closed, and found a restaurant we could go, make wet all over the floor because we were soaked, and we ended up having to stop. But for me, yeah, I stopped. But if it's nothing serious, I'm riding on.
Have you guys ever hydroplaned?
No.
Oh, God, no.
That is scary. I did that on the trip down when I came back. I was probably going 35. I was probably going a little fast, and I had my hazards on. I hydroplaned on the street glide. I was like, whoa, that's not fun. Like where your wheel is completely spinning. Yeah. And then my bike started fishtailing. Going 35 on a highway, and I was like, whoa. So I backed it down to 30, and then that kind of saved me a little bit. But that's
scary on a bike.
Yeah, it was scary on a bike. It wasn't the most fun thing to do. But at least I could say I did it.
Yeah, we're kind of the same way. And I probably wrote this a little bit wrong, because if it's a storm, I mean, obviously, like Bob said, you're going to stop. You can't see. It's not safe. But if we're riding along, we get wet, and I'm like Randy, if we see blue skies ahead, we're chasing the blue sky.
Yeah.
So that's what we try to do to get out of it. So, and Colin, after seeing how you use your highway pegs, I did that the rest of the trip, putting my feet up on with my heels and letting the air blow up my legs.
It works like a charm, man.
It's awesome, man. I loved it. So, okay, Randy, these are some questions not concerned with bike. So, chunky peanut butter or smooth?
I'm gonna say smooth.
Smooth. Colin.
I like my peanut butter chunky.
All right. Bob. You see how you don't get these questions beforehand. You can't think about this.
You know what? When it went from Randy to Colin, the first thing I said is the guy likes anal beads. I know it's going to be chunky. Come on, it's smooth. What the hell? I feel like I don't even know you. Smooth.
I guess peanuts, like the chunky with the peanuts. Oh, that's phenomenal.
Dude, that's just wrong.
I think your thought process worked, Bob, because I also like chunky peanut butter.
Look at all the chunky. Look, I got lots of chunks in here.
A lot of chunky comments going on
too.
I thank you guys for redeeming myself.
See, Moto, was it Tekahi? Said Bob is very special. So
I'm going to have to cut and paste everybody that said chunky and send you a message because something's wrong. I got to help
Charlie Diner's right. I appreciate you, chunky, all the way.
Chunky. See, that was a good question. Everybody liked that one.
Man,
I'm
different. Whacked out.
All right, so you guys, I talked about a little bit earlier. I did make omelets at the cabin. So, Randy, I don't know you, but how do you enjoy your omelets? What do you want in them? What kind of omelet would you want?
I usually don't eat omelets.
Now, Randy, why are you making this question? Like, Randy, just say like Western or cheese.
Whose guest is this?
I'm done with you.
Peppers, onions, some bacon, cheese.
There you go.
There you go.
Cheese and bacon. All right.
Yeah.
You have to know this. If you ever go on a cruise, you have to know this because you go to the omelet bar every single morning.
I need to open my horizon.
That's right. Expand your horizon a little bit. Trying to help you out there, Randy. Colin?
I like Denver omelets. I mean, I like
What's a timber omelet?
Denver.
Oh, Denver. What's a Denver omelet?
It's got it's got peppers, ham. It's different. I mean, it's like there's different types of Western omelet. You had peppers, sausage, bacon. You had cheese on it too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheddar
Yours
cheese.
was real good. I mean, I like all time. I'm an omelet guy. I mean, I'm an egg guy, so omelets are really tasty if you cook them right. You got to know how to cook them. You obviously, Jack, you know how to cook them. I was proud of you.
Thanks, buddy.
No, they were really tasty, actually.
Good.
You're the chef of the group.
Chef
I
of
like
the
I like all types of omelets. And I
It's
don't
really-
eat 9-egg. It was not a 9-egg omelet. It was 8.
No, but you asked because you are always hungry. You asked where were the other 9.
Anonymous biker likes his omelet with chunky peanut butter.
That a boy.
I never had it with chunky peanut butter, and I don't think I ever will.
I expect. Yeah. Can you make that for me next time?
Yeah, I don't think so.
With like chunky skip. What's it? Skippy or Jif? Do you guys like Nutella?
I do not like Nutella.
I cannot eat Nutella. Can you?
I cannot.
Since we're on peanut butter.
You guys are whacked out.
You ever had Nutella, Bob?
Yeah, Jack, you remember this conversation?
I do. Bob's like,
I had to go to
what
the
is
grocery-
Nutella? His wife had to go buy it to show him.
Yeah, after Jack and Mary talked about it when we were riding together, I had to go to the grocery store just because I didn't believe that there was something that was actually called that, but apparently there was. So, you know what? I like sausage and cheese. I do like some spinach in it, but Jack, the omelets that you cooked were awesome, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I kind of like it like a Western omelet, like that, like with the peppers, the ham, bacon, sausage, cheese. Works out pretty well, but yeah,
I
glad
can
that
talk food all day.
I do. These guys know I do a lot of cooking at home too, and I enjoy cooking. I mean, I actually have a cooking channel. If you want to check it out on YouTube, I think it's called Jack's Cooking. So if you want to check that out on YouTube, a couple nice recipes on there.
Except we had to tell Jack to put his shorts on while he was cooking our breakfast.
Yeah,
Just
dude, you
saying.
got to wear clothes.
Yeah, dude, it was inappropriate. You know,
But I mean, I didn't expect your wife to wake up that early, and I usually cook in my underwear. So
I don't care about that. It's the visual for me, dude. I don't.
I thought it would make you hungrier.
No, not exactly.
Whoa, I lost my pen. Hold on. Why do you need a pen for a digital show? I don't know, Jack. because I need something. Never mind. What do you spend more time on? Now, this is helping other YouTubers, and these guys below me here are very good at this. And Randy, you're good at this too. I'm not good at this. What do you spend more time on? Creating a title for a video or building a thumbnail?
It's the thumbnail. Just try to create something that's catchy and, people will want to look at, and try to, if my thumbnail doesn't describe what the video's about, I've created a terrible thumbnail. So
I got to call you up. You're going to help me out.
I try to spend more time on it, probably more time than here recently, just to, it's, I don't want to use the words clickbait, but it works.
It's clickbait.
It is. That's what a thumbnail is.
I did one how to wash your motorcycle, and I had a picture of a girl in a bikini washing a bike. Worked great.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Colin, what do you think?
I think it needs to be equal. Honestly, if you want to have both, obviously, the thumb has to be catchy, and it's hard. And sometimes it's really hard to find a good thumbnail and a good title for your video. I think all of us, we're not believers in clickbait. We're not, but at the same time, you want to have it where people see your thumb and they say, "Oh, that's cool,"
Exactly.
And if people want to discover you, the biggest thing, and Bob, you'll probably say this, so probably speaking out of turn, you want to make your title searchable.
Yep.
I never understood that either. I got to get with Bob one day on that. He says all the time, if your title's not searchable, and it's like, I don't know what that means, but maybe you can explain it, Bob.
Next to Google, YouTube is the second largest search engine.
Yeah.
Right. So and we've talked about this. I don't want to get us off topic, but the bottom line is, we make videos that we like and that fit, but you need to make videos if you want to grow your channel that are for not only your current subscribers, but new subscribers. So Colin, I would agree. I think they're both equal. I spend a lot of time on both of those. Not much on too much other stuff, assuming that the videos is okay. So
I think I do too after working with these guys for a while. Because like I said, when I started this, you could put a video up that says me on my great motorcycle, and you would get thousands of views for that because people were hungry for motovloggers. Now people are bored to death with motovloggers because there's so many of us, right? I can watch somebody that has 20 subs or somebody that has 20,000 subs, and there's no correlation between the two. So I try to listen to these guys, but sometimes I sit and I name my video, and in the end of the day, it has nothing to do with what the video's content is about. So I wish YouTube had a way to watch our videos and kind of build an algorithm around what's really in it, not what you title it.
Right.
So, but
yeah. Hey, Road Glide Andy, tags don't matter anymore, man.
Yeah, I noticed that, Bob. On a lot of yours, you have like an SEO rating of like 69, but you get like 5,000 views.
Tags don't matter.
Right. Me and Colin struggled to get 100% SEO. Yeah. You get about 600 views. So I don't understand that correlation, how that works. So you're saying don't tag them anymore. Just forget all that. What's that stuff called at the bottom we always do? Yeah, tags.
Tags, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't matter anymore.
Don't worry about that anymore.
Yep.
Just title it like Hot Blonde Chicks.
Yeah, exactly. Clickbait.
All right, so do you guys feel, I brought this up on my Saturday morning coffee with HDR at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday. Do you feel that a motovlogger conference is a good idea in February when most people in the eastern and northern part of the states can't ride?
Explain, Jack, so everybody knows, explain exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so what this is going to be is my idea. I used to go to a lot of education conferences, and you guys probably went to business conferences where you'd go and they'd have breakout rooms in the conference centers, and we can have them on editing. We can have them on tagging, making videos searchable, anything you have to learn to be a motovlogger, right? We're also going to have, and Colin, you dubbed this the other day. I forget what you called it.
Moto Oscars?
The Moto Oscars. I think that's awesome. I wanted to do like some kind of an awards ceremony. And this isn't based on you having 20,000 subs. This isn't based on you having 10,000 views on every, 30-second video you post. This is based on creativity, content, what you build. You can have 30 subs. I don't care. And you can win some of these awards. So that is what I'm looking forward to see. You obviously, you drive in your car. You're not going to ride your motorcycle there. But something I'm thinking of building and putting together. But so, Randy, do you think this would have any bearing on anybody?
I think so. There's a lot of factors involved. Like, for example, that's one of the months out of the year that most people are not riding. If you're in, cold air. Well, you guys are farther north than I am.
Well, that's the idea here is you can't.
Right.
You can't.
Exactly. And so it gives an opportunity to kind of like what we did at VAMM.
Yeah.
It's just more one-on-one, like you were saying.
Right.
To get more information, mentoring, really. And just to interact with people, because we got the meet and greet there, but it wasn't really to talk about our channels and
Right.
pick people's brains. And I think it's a good idea.
Cool. Okay, Colin, since you dubbed it the Moto Oscars, which Mary loved that.
Can I convince you to move it to April?
The only problem you're gonna get in April is you're going back into riding season.
That's right.
Yeah.
But February is really cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're gonna bring your car up. And we're gonna have it next to Bob's gonna schedule this because he knows airports and he knows hotels. So we're gonna have this next to a major airport so people can fly in and just take a shuttle over to the hotel. What's that?
They're gonna fly in for this?
They could.
I mean, honestly, you brought it up the other day. It's more of a recognition thing, and it's more of a way of meeting and getting to know people, not necessarily during riding season.
Right.
What the hell? Why not?
Okay.
I think it's a brilliant idea. I think it's even more brilliant that you're going to arrange it. But Jack, honestly, I think it's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, we're not going. We're supporters, Jack. So we're going to encourage you to arrange it, and we'll help you.
Yeah,
we'll support you. We'll encourage you.
I think it's great. All kidding aside, Jack, I think it's a great idea.
That's kind of what Hanes Underwear does. Kind of support you. So I'm just saying, guys, I'm going to need more help than that. You guys are there. You guys have been there for me all the time, but no, we used to have it. Bob came down from Michigan one time. They used to do the Progressive Motorcycle Show in, where was that, Bob? Cleveland, Ohio?
Yeah, I like that show.
I did too, but now they actually closed the whole thing, the center. They bulldozed it and gave it to the airport. So this will be a way for people to kind of meet and gather. So just something I'm thinking about. Do you ever remove your jacket when you're out on a long, hot ride? I'm talking about your all the gear all the time, my Kevlar. Randy?
I do. Just simply because at some point I'm just sweating way too much, and I got to air out. You got to hydrate.
Cool.
If I'm wearing it, I'm stopping more and drinking more water and so forth, which, obviously you want to do that, but I feel like if I'm sweating a lot more, it's obviously I'm going to get dehydrated a lot quicker. So
Okay.
I will remove it.
All right. Colin?
Very few and far between, but there have been times when I have done that. Honestly, you get it's hotter if you take off your mesh jacket. So honestly, if you just wear a t-shirt and you have a jacket, you're actually going to get hotter wearing just a shirt.
All the time.
So that's why I always suggest not to do that. If it's like a short ride, like a 5-10 minute ride, I might do that, but otherwise not normally.
Okay. Yeah. Bob?
Yeah, no doubt. A mesh jacket is cooler than having the sun on your arms with a shirt. So I'm always wearing a mesh jacket. I may occasionally, but like Colin said, it's a 2-mile ride. And if you don't believe that, go on a 90-degree day. Ride 50 miles one way without it, and then 50 miles back with the jacket on. You'll see a difference. So I'm a believer in the mesh jackets personally.
And I'm the same way, but there was times in this trip where both of them were in the touring pack. I mean, they just were, and we hit thousands of miles of back roads, so we just kind of enjoyed them. But all right, here's some little bit of seeing how much you enjoy riding or how much you enjoy family. Your kids are coming over to hang out with you for the day, get some pizza. Do you want to stay home with the kids, or it's 75, it's beautiful outside, or do you just go out and jump on a motorcycle and go for a hog ride with your friends?
Family first, always number one to me.
Okay.
I will miss out on any day of the week just to spend time with my son. So.
All right. Colin?
Kids.
Kids, Bob.
Family first, always.
How are we so family centric, guys? We're not bikers. It's supposed to be bikes first, right? The MC first, and then family, and then work someday. No, mine's family also. And if you seen me yesterday, I actually took my daughter with me, so that's kind of how that worked out. Okay, now I don't know if you guys know who Jon Snow is.
Yep.
He was from a famous show that was on, what was that, HBO, I believe?
Yeah.
He always says, winter is coming. Winter is coming. They talked about this for like 6 years. I don't know when their winters come. But how do you feel that summer is coming to an end and we have to start getting ready to put our bikes away? And Randy, I understand you probably don't put your bike away.
I will ride as long as I possibly can. I won't ride when it's obviously snowing. But I don't like to ride if it's like possible ice out.
Okay.
But I will ride 40-degree weather. For example, this past winter, it was really only 2 months, which was kind of odd. January, February is the only time I did not ride, but I was riding in December, November, December. But we got like 60, 70-degree weather. It was weird. So.
Okay. Colin, I know you put your bikes up.
No, actually, I mean, I only do it for like a month.
Okay.
Maybe January, February tops. Last year I rode during December. It was abnormally warm last year. I don't know if you guys know. So I mean, it was like 40, 50 degrees in December.
Yep.
February was really cold.
Yeah.
But normally if I do it, it's only for like 6 weeks. Like last year, I haven't winterized in the last couple of years just because I keep riding. You know, I'm not like you, Jack, where I get all decked out in the winter gear or anything. Like, are your heated gear like you do? And you ride year round, Jack. I know that.
Yes.
In Pennsylvania, which is, says a lot. But the more I've had the bike, the more I'm starting to ride more in the cold weather months. Yeah.
Okay. Bob, what do you think?
Yeah, in Michigan, sometimes the winter comes and goes, right? So this last winter was tough. I would tell you it's depressing when the summer comes to an end. I'm a hunter, so my mindset goes to hunting, but when that ends on January 1st, January, February, tough months when you live in Michigan, that's for sure.
Yeah. Then we got some people in here that are from Florida, and they got to rub it in, Pete's.
Yeah, Pete's 1800.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they were real friends, they would invite us all down in January, February. To ride.
Robin lives in California. Pete lives in Florida.
Yeah.
And we're stuck. Yeah, thanks.
Hey, I
therapy. Come on.
I actually contacted Pete's 1800 when myself and Mrs. HR left you guys and said, look, we're coming to Key West, Florida. What do you think? He said, stay away. So many people get shot down here. Don't come to Florida. So Mrs. HR said, we're not going there. And we started going another direction. It was that and the hurricane coming. We got a little echo there. Somebody's got a little feedback going on. I don't know who that is, but testing. Anyway, I do ride in the winter. Do have fully heated gear, not heated grips. You know, that little heated thing. That's terrible. I got gloves and a jacket and pants. And when I get off the bike, the snow melts around the motorcycle because I'm so warm. Just saying. All right, real quick, guys. We got 2 more to go through here, and then we're done. Do you use a bikini cover every night when you're on a trip?
No, never.
Never. Okay.
No.
These other guys, I know their answers. Go ahead, Colin.
I do.
Okay, Bob.
So I bought one of those things because of Be the Rider PA when we all rode together like a year ago. Never used it. And then I put it on for the first time, Jack, the night on the vacation when we met you and Mary in Kentucky.
Yep.
And if you could think about Jack and I putting these bikini covers on our bike, maybe after a few cocktails, I may or may not have a picture of Jack that I can never show anybody unless it's on pay-per-view, leaning over the bike with so I do now, Jack. It makes a difference. But yeah, us putting the bikini covers on the bike after 5, 6, 20 drinks was a video in itself.
We actually consumed, and we weren't riding, so the bikes were parked at the hotel.
Yep.
Bob picked out a great hotel right next to a restaurant, so we went over there, and they happened to have a bar. Imagine that. We drank so much that we had to tip this girl such the tip. We come out the next day, she was getting into a brand new Lamborghini. We're like, holy hell, we gave this girl a big tip. I mean, and she was awesome, though. This waitress was probably one of the best ones I've ever met. So, but yeah, Randy, if you don't have a bikini cover, I would recommend you get one. The reason is, if you guys ever go out in the morning anywhere and you look at the bike and it's all covered, it's all wet because it gets dew on it at night.
Yeah.
So you put that on, it's nice and dry and everything's good. So
thank you, Be the Rider PA. He convinced me. He was right.
He did. He convinced me too. Right.
And they pack really tight too.
They do. Yeah. They don't take up any room whatsoever. All right, guys. So, Randy, I want to thank you so much. I'll let these guys send their little thank yous to you also, and then I'll come back. But we'll go ahead and what I did want to tell everybody, the next show, if you see, is July 25th. And I know everybody now is clicking on their calendars going, oh, my God, no, next Sunday is July 18th. I'm going to miss the Fireside Chat with the boys, and there's no other stream on YouTube worth me seeing. Oh, my God. Well, we're going to skip every other week now. So that is just what's going to happen. And so you don't have to watch any other live streams. Just wait for us on the 25th. Colin, go ahead. You can say your goodbyes, and I'll come back.
It's been a pleasure. I'm glad to be back, guys. And again, we'll be back on the 25th and then the 2 weeks after that. Randy, thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It was great meeting you at VAMM, and you're a really good guy. If you guys haven't, make sure you check out his channel. And Jack, I don't know if you put that in the description, his channel link. But
I will do that.
Make sure you do that. But, you seem like a very down-to-earth guy, and thank you so much for spending an hour with us tonight. We appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, Randy, sorry I didn't meet you at VAMM, man. Seemed like a good guy, and, we always try to get good people on the show, and you're one of those. So check out his channel for sure. Guys, it's good to be back. It's amazing that we still like each other after spending a week together. We're probably
it was tough.
We're probably even better friends now, which is scary for the rest of the world. But it's good to be back. Everybody that stopped in to chat tonight, thank you. We appreciate you guys. It means a lot.
Yep. And again, Randy, thank you so much for accepting my offer. Like I said, bud, you are an up-and-coming star. You're one of the young YouTubers that you have a bright future in this. And I see probably within the next 3 years, you won't have a full-time job. This will be your thing. So, I'm looking forward to that. Remember, sign me as your agent. I take 20%. So
that's not bad.
That's not bad at all. And I'll do all your thumbnails.
Is that 20% in beer?
Randy, do I look like I got a sign that says we'll work for food? No, Randy, I don't. Okay, I don't hold that sign.
I'll work for food.
You would work for food. You're right. But remember, guys, anyway, as these guys have said, the next show is July 25th. We will have another guest on, maybe not as good as Randy, but another superstar.
It's my show. It's going to be special.
It's Bob's show, so it will be a female. So all females out there be getting ready for a call this week because Bob is going to be hitting you up. Just ask Miss Stacey. She goes, every time it's Bob's turn, he always has females on, and he does. That's because that's all he watches on YouTube. I'm blessed that he watches me. I mean,
just to clarify, Rob and some of the other ladies that are here, pretty females, but everybody. That's what Mary says.
What did you say? Pretty females.
Our lady Motovlog friends are just like us, or we're brothers and sisters. So I like to make sure we have everybody on, right? So,
yeah, we are absolutely. We support female bikers across the country. So everybody, thank you so much, guys. Thanks, Randy. Stick around in the green room a little bit. We'll have a little chit chat.
Absolutely.
And everybody, thank you, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.